In the world of royalty and celebrity, stories spread fast, and perceptions form even faster. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, remains a figure of deep fascination and public intrigue. From her royal exit alongside Prince Harry to launching lifestyle ventures under the American Riviera Orchard brand, Meghan's name is constantly in the spotlight. Yet, behind the glamorous headlines, another narrative often surfaces, one that centers not on her work or achievements, but on how she's perceived as a leader and collaborator. A recent wave of reports has reignited this conversation. According to former royal staff and anonymous insiders, Meghan allegedly had high expectations for those around her, expectations that some say led to intense and emotionally charged interactions. One widely shared account involved a florist who claimed they were overwhelmed by a phone call that reportedly lasted 30 minutes. Though the florist never publicly identified Meghan as their client, the story drew attention due to the emotional tone described by the source. The situation reflects a growing complexity surrounding public figures like Meghan, whose every action is subject to interpretation. Leadership styles, communication preferences, and personal boundaries become matters of national debate. As Meghan prepares to debut her new cookery show and cookbook under her lifestyle brand, the timing of these stories has only intensified public interest. But what's really going on beneath the surface? How do stories like these shape public opinion? And can they coexist with a parallel narrative, one where other employees describe her as thoughtful, warm, and inspiring to work with? To answer that, we must look beyond the headlines and explore the fuller picture of what it means to lead, to be scrutinized, and to navigate fame in the digital age. Public perception of Meghan Markle has long been a subject of heated discussion, often split along lines of personal experience, media narratives, and royal tradition. The most recent allegations, including descriptions of a demanding leadership style, come from unnamed individuals said to have worked closely with the Duchess during her time in the royal household. According to these accounts, her approach could at times be intense, particularly when managing high-pressure situations or overseeing personal projects. One former courtier reportedly described moments that felt emotionally charged, with high expectations placed on team members. These moments, they say, were not isolated incidents, but part of a pattern they personally found difficult. However, these reflections are balanced by another set of voices, people who describe Meghan very differently. In an article by Us Weekly, which featured several former and current staffers, she was praised as the best boss ever, with many describing her as warm, inclusive, and inspirational. This contrast in accounts raises a compelling question. Can both be true? Leadership is complex, especially when played out on a global stage. Meghan's journey has involved navigating a unique intersection of Hollywood fame, royal duty, and global advocacy. The pressure of such roles is enormous, and the standards for behavior, particularly for women in the public eye, are often impossibly high. What one person may perceive as passionate and driven, another may experience as demanding or intense. These diverging accounts highlight how workplace dynamics are deeply subjective. Personalities, expectations, and communication styles all play a role in how leadership is received. And when those stories reach the press, especially without names attached, they become even more difficult to evaluate in a fully objective way. Timing has also played a key role in how these narratives unfold. As Meghan prepares to launch her new lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, a venture that includes a cookbook and cooking show, renewed focus on her past working relationships has emerged. Some have speculated that these stories are not coincidental, suggesting that public narratives often align with strategic moments in a public figure's timeline. Whether these claims are accurate or not, they highlight how public figures must constantly balance personal growth with public scrutiny. The conversation about Meghan's leadership style gained additional traction after The Hollywood Reporter published an article citing unnamed sources who compared her management to that of a dictator in heels. However, it's important to recognize that this was one of many perspectives, and the emotional language used reflects more about perception than proven fact. In response, several voices have stepped forward to offer a counter-narrative, sharing positive experiences and lauding her attention to detail, care for her staff, and ability to empower others. Media outlets, both friendly and critical, play a significant role in shaping these narratives. When Us Weekly ran a story defending Meghan's working style, even quoting Archewell's head of communications, some interpreted it as a deliberate move to balance the scales. Whether that's true or simply a case of responsible journalism, it shows how much attention is given to the way powerful individuals are portrayed in the media. At its core, this is a story not just about Meghan Markle, but about how stories are told, whose voice is heard, which details are emphasized, and how much context is given. All of these shape how we perceive leadership, professionalism, and personality in the public realm. Turnover within Meghan and Harry's professional teams has also become a topic of public interest. From their production team manager to key figures involved in charitable projects, several high-profile departures have been noted in recent months. Some see these transitions as part of the natural evolution of a growing brand, while others view them through a more speculative lens. For example, Dominic Reed, the CEO of the Invictus Games Foundation, stepped down shortly before Prince Harry accepted a prestigious public service award. Other figures, such as Bennett Levine from Archewell Productions, also departed this year. While such changes often occur in fast-moving organizations, they are sometimes viewed differently when tied to public figures. Meghan and Harry's team has addressed such speculation by continuing to focus on their expanding initiatives, from media production to wellness and social impact projects. These changes occur against the backdrop of an evolving brand. American Riviera Orchard, which combines elements of lifestyle, cooking, and wellness, represents a new chapter for Meghan. It's a vision shaped by creativity and an eye for detail, qualities both praised and, at times, critiqued by those who have worked closely with her. And yet, there is no denying that Meghan continues to attract talented individuals willing to be part of that vision. Every public figure undergoes periods of reinvention. What distinguishes Meghan's journey is the intensity of the spotlight and the range of opinions that come with it. Some of these opinions come from close collaborators. Others come from anonymous sources. But in the middle of it all stands a woman continuing to build something new, drawing on her past while reaching toward a future defined by passion, purpose, and resilience. In the end, Meghan Markle remains a figure who sparks conversation, not just for what she does, but for how she does it. The stories told about her reflect the broader tension between ambition and expectation, visibility and privacy. Whether seen as an inspiring leader or a polarizing presence, Meghan's journey invites us to reflect on how we judge, how we listen, and how we choose to understand. And perhaps, most importantly, it reminds us that behind every headline is a human story still unfolding, one built not only on perception, but on perseverance, growth, and the pursuit of something greater.